so that our friends and supporters here can understand our message. As Egyptians for democracy, our struggle is one that calls for the reinstatement of democracy in our country. Democracy in our country was stolen on July the 3rd by a military coup. The voice of free Egyptians was stolen by a military that has governed our country for 60 years. And with it, it has had the support of a corrupt elite that has stolen the wealth of our nation. We stand here today against a fascist military dictatorship that has ignored five elections, be they for a constitution, a constitutional referendum, parliamentary elections, or elections for the presidency. All those were negated. The military today calls for a referendum for a new constitution in January. It calls for forthcoming parliamentary elections and presidential elections in the coming year. We say no to all of this. Why do we say no to it? Because we say the Egyptian people have spoken through the ballot box, and they have spoken through free and fair elections. They refuse to go back to a ballot box that's not going to be free and fair, one in which they will be cheated of their right, and in which they have no choice because their political leaders and all those activists and all those innocents are filling the prisons of Egypt today. They are being tortured. There is no right to free assembly. People are detained without due process. Our women and young girls are picked up in the streets and put into prisons and then pardoned at the whim of an illegitimate president. We say no to all of this, and we ask our friends in the West, non-Egyptians, we ask all those who are concerned with freedom anywhere in the world, all those who believe in the values of democracy and the rule of law and respect for human rights, to make this their cause. Our cause is one in which we say the voice of every individual, men and women, should be heard through the ballot box. We are against the narrative that is being now channeled by the military through a media controlled by them. A narrative that is one of discrimination. A narrative that says that Egyptians, one part of Egypt has legitimacy, while the other part of Egypt and those Egyptians that are on the street can be discriminated against and imprisoned and massacred. We are here today to remind you of the brutality of the military regime. Under this military regime that has been in power just for a few months since July, the worst massacre in modern Egyptian history took place in Waqfة. And its symbol is here all around us, the symbol of Waqfة. The military has caused the massacre of thousands of innocent people across Egypt due to the fact that they sat together in a sit-in, a peaceful sit-in, or that they choose to demonstrate peacefully. They are liable to be shot or imprisoned. We say no to this, and we want to tell our friends in London and throughout the United Kingdom and throughout Europe and the free world that military dictatorships do not bring stability. They bring instability and injustice, and they should be opposed by all free-loving people throughout the world. Our struggle is one for democracy. Join us in this just struggle to bring an end to military dictatorship in Egypt, and hopefully this struggle will be one in which new generations, both in the West and throughout our region in the Middle East, can work towards a more peaceful and just future. Thank you very much.